Hello everybody, welcome back to the 3D Critic channel. I am David, your host, and today I'm going to give you guys my final thoughts on the Nike Ja 1s in the Hunger colorway. And I'm going to break down this shoe section by section to see if you should buy these or avoid these in general. Now, to start these off, these retail originally for $110. However, due to off-court issues with Ja Morant, Nike has decided to get rid of the shoe in general off of their website. And they are going for over $190. I got this specifically from a eBay seller called ID for Shoes. If you guys are interested in copying a pair of these, I will leave a link to their eBay page, and you can get a pair for yourselves if you guys are interested. I will leave a link in the description box below specifically for the Ja 1s, and a link for ID for Shoes' main page if you want any other shoes from them as well. Now, with all that being said, let's get to it. Now for the traction, this is a full-length rubber outsole, and since this is made overseas, it comes with an extra durable outsole, and the traction pattern overall is a multi-directional traction pattern that's mostly a herringbone with a bunch of triangular patterns as a whole. The traction overall was really good coming right out of the box. I didn't have to break it in at all when I started playing in these. I got grip right out of the shoe, and it was really grippy on the court, especially on a clean court. When it came to lateral movements, it was very quick to respond to the court when you're going left and right, and you will be really good when you are trying to get open for a shot, and as well as cutting to the basket as well. I got a lot of space when I'm doing screens and just going straight to the basket and getting open for a layup. It was very good in that regard, and because of that, you're going to be really good when it comes to being a primary defender. You're going to be really quick to react to people going left and right, and you'll be able to react to going back and forth as well with hard stops. The hard stop in this is really nice, and it was really good when I was trying to do step back shots, as well as getting a really quick first step as well. When you stop and you go as well, it is really good as a whole. And the dustiness of it doesn't really get dusty as much. I played a whole game without really wiping it at all, but after a game it will get dusty a little bit, and one quick wipe is really all you need, and you'll be good to go for like one whole game. When it comes to overall durability, because this is XDR rubber, it's way more resistant to outdoor courts as well, so you should be good to go overall if you want to play in these outdoors. Inside, you're going to be really good as well. Just make sure you wipe every game that you play, and you should be good to go overall. So the traction overall, I was really happy with the traction overall. It was really responsive when it came to doing quick cuts, hard stops, and I was really happy with it overall. So for that, I'm going to give it a 9.5 out of 10. Now moving along to the cushion, this features a full-length Phylon midsole with a top-loaded rectangular air zoom unit in the forefoot, and it is featuring a top-loaded midfoot shank plate as well. So overall, the cushion is actually really good in my opinion, considering that it's just a Phylon midsole with a tiny rectangular air zoom unit. And the forefoot cushioning was surprisingly bouncy from what I have experienced so far. It was very responsive when reacting to people taking a jump shot, trying to block people's shots. I was really good with contesting people's shots. And with rebounds, I was able to generate a lot of air, considering how springy the air zoom unit felt under my foot. It was very nice. It made me feel really light on my feet, and I was able to generate a lot of height, a lot of quickness when it came to that as well. It was very energetic and fun for the most part when I was playing in these. And the cushioning in the heel with the overall impact protection, it was initially really nice and soft, and it felt really comfortable. After a while though, it will bottom out and it will feel a little firm, and it will cause your back to ache a little bit every time you come up for a rebound, crashing the boards, and it feels a little firm after a while. And the heel to toe transition overall, it feels really fluid, and it was really nice when it came to like running up and down the court, transitioning yourself from offense to defense. It was really fluid, and it made me feel really light on my feet overall, and it was really nice in that regard. But overall, the main downside is the heel cushioning. The impact protection will be adequate once the foam bottoms out in the heel, and because of that, I'm gonna give the cushion a 8.5 out of 10. Now moving into the materials, it is mostly made up of this screened mesh with a bunch of synthetic leather. You're getting synthetic leather panels on the lateral and medial side, and you're going to get some leather in the toe box area right here, and you're going to get some more leather on the ankle collar here, along with some leather on the top of the tongue right here. And the tongue itself is a screened mesh with some decent padding on it, and the logo itself is stitched on with a little flap right here, which I'm not really a fan of, but I guess it's there to help put your feet in a lot easier. So overall, the materials is actually really comfortable on your foot. It's really flexible as well, which helps you a lot when you are playing. You don't experience any pinching when you are playing at all in the shoe. And the tongue, there is enough padding, that way you won't feel any pinching in the lace loops itself. It's really comfortable overall. I like how it looks as well. The silhouette overall is really nice. My only nitpick would be to keep it in the same color. As you can see, this shoe is in blue and the shoe behind me is in red. It would have been better if it was either all blue or all red, but that's just for personal preference. When it comes to overall durability, it's been holding up pretty well for me overall. I haven't seen any rips in the material as a whole. However, once you keep flexing, the grooves are kind of pinching the material here, so over a while it will tend to like tear off, and because of the synthetic leather creasing, it might not last as well as original leather. So that's mainly the only downsides to this shoe overall. Just the main pinching overall in these specific areas right here when I flex the shoe. So overall, the materials is holding up overall. It is really comfortable on your foot, and because of all that, I'm going to give the materials a 8 out of 10. Now getting into the fit, I would personally go true to size. It fits really well on the toe box right here. The length is really good. The big toe went directly to the tip of the toe box right here, and the width is really good as well. It accommodated my foot really well, and it'll be better if you have a thick pair of socks. It will accommodate the one-to-one fit a lot better. Overall, it will give you a better snug fit. So overall, if you have a wide foot, go up half a size, and if you have a narrow foot, go down half a size. And because of the simplicity of the fit of the shoe itself, I'm going to give it a 9 out of 10. Now overall lockdown in the shoe is surprisingly good overall. Because of the one-to-one fit in the forefoot, you aren't really moving at all in the forefoot. And in the midfoot, the lacing system works really well, integrating the leather panels in the first 3 shoelaces here. It wraps the midfoot really well, and in the back with the rest of the shoelaces, it wraps your foot really well around the ankle area. And in the heel, I didn't experience any heel slippage, which was really surprising considering how low cut this shoe is overall. I didn't experience any heel slippage at all, any movement in the shoe itself, and it was really nice on my foot. And because of all that, I'm going to give the lockdown a 9 out of 10. Now moving along in the support department, it features a wide stable base. Doesn't really have an outrigger, but the foot sits in the midsole right here. That helps prevent you from rolling your ankles. In the midfoot, you get a top-loaded TPU shank plate, which helps with the overall torsional support on the shoe. And in the back, you have an internal TPU heel counter, which helps prevent any movement in the heel from moving side to side. Now, the overall support is actually pretty decent on this shoe. The wide stable base was good overall when it came to me coming down, getting rebounds, as well as being stable to get a jump shot off as well. It was really good in that front. However, the lack of an outrigger was A little bit concerning. There were a couple times where I slightly rolled my ankle a little bit. If you're in this kind of an angle, you are tend to roll your ankle in that kind of position. But it holds up pretty well considering that you have a midsole bulge and you are sitting in the midsole a little bit, which helps cradle your foot and prevent from rolling your ankle a little further. The leather panels keeps the foot well contained when you're doing lateral movements. And I was sliding a little bit in the shoe, but with the support features on the leather itself, it held up pretty well in that regard, and I wasn't really flying out of the shoe as a whole. I was still intact in the shoe, and I was okay with that as a whole. The midfoot shank plate helped with the overall torsional support as well. I wasn't really out of balance at all. I was really stable in my own 2 feet. And the TPU heel counter helped a lot when it came to like the heel moving from side to side. I didn't experience any heel movement at all in the back of the shoe. So overall, the support, it gets the job done. The lack of an outrigger is mainly my only concern. And because of that, I'm gonna give it a 7.5 out of 10. So to sum it up for you guys, this is a really good basketball shoe. The traction is really good when it comes to lateral movements and vertical movements as well. You're pretty much covered on all of those fronts, whether you're getting open for a shot, being a primary defender, cutting to the basket, you are pretty much good to go on that front. The cushion is very energetic as a whole, so if you want to be on your toes a lot, you are going to be good to go in this. The materials overall are holding up pretty well. The aesthetics are really nice as well, and the fit as well as the lockdown is pretty much 1-to-1, and you're not going anywhere in the foot. The support is adequate. It'll get the job done for you, and I would absolutely recommend it if it was $110. Right now they're going for $190, and to be honest, it's not really that worth it at that point. Hopefully they will bring it back up on Nike's website at the original retail price, and if so, I would absolutely recommend it. But for $190, absolutely not. And that pretty much sums it up for you guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Leave a like if you enjoyed. Comment down below on your thoughts on the Nike Ja 1s, any experiences that you have had with them so far, along with any other questions that you might have for me. If you want to support this channel, hit the subscribe button down below. It is greatly appreciated as always. And if you want to follow me on Instagram as well as TikTok, I will leave that information in the description box below. Once again, I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, keep shooting.